Guess who's back? Back again. Kev is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad. There he is, Mr. Super Kev. It's Friday, it's Kev Says, it's the live Q&A. It's the best way to end the week, and he's back live in the studio. My podcast brother from another mother, Mr. Super Kev, Super Kevin Campbell.
Squaddies, happy Good Friday, happy Funky Friday, and I hope you all have a wonderful Easter. But we're here for Kev Says, and I'm back, and I hope you got your hats on. At ease, Squaddies, let's do it.
So good evening to all of you listening on replay and audio. It is Easter Friday. I'm sure many of you will be hanging out with family, with friends, doing your thing. So we hope you've had a good time and that all is good in your universe. To those usual suspects who are back with us tonight, Craig, yes. We got Tammy in the house, our chief like officer. Absolutely. Even Newman's here. Trevor's here. Virginia's here. Mo is here. The whole crew is here. Lone Star is here. Super Kev. Everyone has missed you. 33 Fivers
Hit
is
the like
here.
button on the way in, please.
Yes.
Hit it on the way in. Let's be way up on the
Hit
likes
it,
tonight.
hit it on the way in. We got Lynn here as well.
And you guys listening on replay, just touch the like button. Yeah?
Touch it.
Just touch
Caress it. Kiss it.
Just touch it.
Yeah.
Give it a Vinny.
Give it a... Oh, little Vin. I'm going to miss Vinny and Vesper Kev. There's Vinny. Oh,
I'm sure you were. But you know what? This is long overdue.
It is. It's totally long overdue. I'm going to miss Vinny, Vesper, and my sweetheart Tony. But they are so happy that I'm getting to come to England and see my mum and dad in Cyprus as well. They're hugely supportive. None of this is possible without those three, for sure. And of course, Kev, I announced this last night, and the squaddies are well up for this.
What's going on, so?
Well, Super Kev, you and I will be together in the same room at the Hippodrome, live podcasting with our good friends from Lee Judges TV, Chronicles of a Gooner, and the Gooner Talk TV. Me, you, Lee, Dan, Harry, and Tom talking football for 2 hours across our channels from one of the best venues in London. Actually, world famous is the Hippodrome, for sure. We got some fantastic responses last night from the squaddies, some of our OGs coming, and yeah, it's going to be great. And I know you're excited about it too.
Do you know what? It's always nice when you meet the fans, when you meet the squaddies, and we could take pictures. And do you know what? I wonder. I'm gonna try and get my mate down, so we can take pictures and we could get them specially done with the squaddies logos for after. You know what I mean?
I would love that.
So we could send them out. That would be lovely.
Absolutely would love that. Matty K, absolutely. Email me, thehighburysquad@gmail.com, and we'll put you on the list, 100%. It is going to be lit. Yes.
It's proper. You know what? We should do more of this stuff live. Because you know what? Talking through here, we get a rapport. But when we're live, it's going to be even fire. Oh.
Totally. And you know what? Actually, the squaddies last night, where is it? I just put a comment up.
You know that. Love it.
We were talking about a tour, Kev, because everyone's like, well, you come to... We were invited to Vienna, Austria yesterday. We were invited to the United Arab Emirates. We were invited to, Kenya. I mean...
Do you know what? Maybe, so just to say this, maybe if there's enough squaddies, then we could maybe consider going, because we are global, aren't we?
We are.
You know, we are global, so
we're definitely
London
global.
gets it first. We understand that, and then we could see where we go from there.
See, Austin. No, it's me. I was too high, apparently, according to Newman. Let us know the levels now, kids, if you're happy with the levels. You know, we're just trying to...
My mic too low now?
No, let's see.
Is it all right?
Here we go.
Right,
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to be in London live for a show next Thursday. Say the same thing, Kev.
We're going to be in London live for a show next Thursday. And I can't wait. Come on. Me and Sophie together, I tell you what, the hug's going to be about 5 minutes long.
I mean, seriously, it really is. It's going to be amazing.
Gonna be I think so. You're going to get the bear hug. You're going to get the loving bear hug, darling.
Oh, I fly out on Monday. So here's the scoop. We're going to do a post-game show tomorrow. And then there's no show Monday. And I arrive Tuesday. So there'll be a show Wednesday, Thursday, and then... Kev Says Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, we're going dark, just like Las Vegas. And then we'll be with you for the rest of the week. And of course, on Thursday, we'll be doing the show live from the Hippodrome. All right. I'm still too high. It's because I'm going home. So there we go.
Too low. How do I sound too low?
I mean, I just turned all my volume down.
And I'm turning my volume up. It's low. Yeah, you know what?
Listen to these guys.
They can't have everything, can they?
I mean, they can't. I mean, seriously. Now they're sound engineers. Look, Gooner Vettel says it sounds fantastic. Super Kev thinking about that Highbury Squad World Tour. It's coming. I'm telling you.
I think you know what the truth of the matter is. I think if we could do it, we should do it. So if we could, we should.
I think we're going to be able to. I think we can find some good partners and sponsors and make it happen.
Let me write this down.
Make a note down. Me too. I'm getting my pen out. Listen. Did you hear that? Was that too loud? See, Lone Star, clear as a bell. Thank you so much.
Work on World Tour. There you go.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
I am Stephen. I will be at the Manchester United game. Going into TalkSport Towers in the morning to do breakfast with Natalie Sawyer and Tony Cascarino.
Brilliant.
Then it's off to the Tollington or the 12 Pins. Depends if Gooner Russ is going to buy me a beer.
No chance of that.
No chance of that.
No, he's usually good. You have to buy him 5 first. He's a good lad, Russ. He's a good lad.
I'm not sure what Ryan means about this. I think he's talking about my mic, but I don't know, Kev.
Yeah, he better be.
See? Quabena says the audio is good. Okay, Kev, let's get stuck into some football, and we'll do some more housekeeping at the very end of the show.
Cool.
I have to get your take on this.
Do you have to?
I do. There's 2 things, but I'm going to start with the easiest one first, right? Geez. What are Burnley thinking sacking their manager at this point in the season?
It's a reset. They've probably realised something ain't right anymore. And we know they've got history of doing good stuff. But I think that Norwich loss, Sophie, that told the people upstairs, no, we haven't got it anymore. We haven't got it anymore. So, listen, at the end of the day, he's been there a long time. And it's been the same voice all that time, Sophie. And sometimes your luck does run out. People don't respond to your voice. They've had to sell Ward and all these guys. They're a selling club, unfortunately, and they just haven't got the steam anymore. So, I think it's harsh. I do. But you know what? Daichi, Woney, Stoney, and Billy Mercer, the goalkeeping coach, all of them are gone. Normally, you sack the manager and then you get somebody to take over, don't you? But no chance. They've sacked everyone, so they've just pulled the trigger. It's going to be inevitable, probably, that they're going to go down the way they're thinking. But probably you're thinking, and what I would think is, while you got them, you try and let them get out of it as best they can. Mathematically, you can get out of it, so you give them a chance. But maybe there's been some words on the inside. So
It seems to me that something must have broken after that Norwich loss. You can't play that kind of game and get such vital points against Everton and then go to Norwich and lose, Kev, when you're battling for Premier League survival. I know he's been in charge 10 years. He's kept them and he's floated Burnley
he's yo-yoed before, hasn't he? He's done
he
it
has.
before,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Gone down and then come straight back up. So they've yo-yoed a couple of times. He's a good manager. He's had a solid club there, but listen, this is the one guarantee when you become a manager is that you're going to go.
Yeah. There's only one man, Lone Star, who can take over at this time of the season, and we all know who that is.
Do you know what? They might get him in. I'm telling you.
Why wouldn't they, right?
They just might. 7, 8 games to go. They might just get him in.
Yeah, it does seem like madness. I agree with Matty and Virginia and a few of the others, Kev. People are loving this shirt, Kev. Absolutely loving your shirt.
That's nice. See,
yeah.
Matches kind of with the hat there.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing, the squaddies, I did a show last night and tackled the Xhaka interview and made my points.
Assumptions and points and opinions.
Yes.
Yes.
And the squaddies, of course, DM'd and in chat were like, I can't wait to hear what Kev thinks about this. So before we get stuck into Kev Says and as we prep for Southampton tomorrow, Super Kev, what were your thoughts on Xhaka's interview with the Players Tribune?
Comes as no surprise. If I'm honest with you, Sophie, it comes as no surprise because Xhaka does have a high estimation of himself. He does. Very high estimation of himself. And it was like he was the victim. And listen, one thing we do know is anything to do with family, your wife, your children, that abuse is out. We back him on that one for 100%. 100%. We back him on that one because that sort of abuse isn't good for nobody. It's not right. So that part, I agree with him. And we've agreed with him on that part from day one.
Yep.
But when you play for a club like Arsenal, Granit Xhaka, and you disrespect yourself, first and foremost, by reacting to the fans, and then you have the audacity to throw the shirt down and the captain's armband. No, you are good. You have just set yourself up to be a hate figure. Let's have it right. Which other players have you seen at Arsenal have done that and then still carried on like he owns the gaff? It's madness. So he does have a high estimation of himself, that's for sure. But I'm not. What I would say, I'm not surprised. Soph, he's been having a decent season. Yes, he has had a decent season. But what he done was wrong. What he done was wrong. And he can't admit it. That's the other thing, Soph. He can't admit that he was wrong. And you know when people can't admit that they're wrong, you got no chance. So I just think that was a really good reflection of who Granit Xhaka is. You know, he's got such a thick skin, hasn't he? But thick skin in the worst kind of way. Whereas we expect him to really do the business on the pitch and to be straight-laced and to really be that teammate. And he keeps getting sent off and he does stuff like that and there's no accountability for it. You know? And he mentioned about not seeing people saying stuff and people won't say it to his face, etc., etc. Everybody would say it to his face. Everybody would say it to his face because he knows, but he chooses not to go down that line. He chooses to just say, you know, I know the people. I go, well, Granite, you were wrong. You were wrong to do that to this football club.
Yeah. I mean, if you want Gooner, Russ and Newman saying, will Kev admit when he's wrong? If you want him to admit when he's wrong about opinions, we give opinions based on what we see. Super Kevin Campbell would never have taken his Arsenal shirt and thrown it and told you lot to F off. That wouldn't happen. Tony Adams was abused in the media and by opposing fans.
Oh my God, do you remember those days?
Tell him, Kev. I mean, and then of course he had his own personal problems driving his car into a tree, and we know his issues with alcohol, and now he's a hero saving, and has been for years. But never, he didn't desecrate his shirt.
He had the thick skin in the right way. You know, when all the oppositions were doing all the donkey, let me tell you something. When you're in the dressing room with a character like Tony Adams and the opposition fans are just zeroing in on him, it makes you even more determined to win and produce and ram it down their throats. So, but could you imagine if Tony Adams was getting sent off every time? We'll have to relieve him of his duties. Think about it. So, if he was going and getting sent off, left, right, and centre, you'd have to say no. You have to sit down because maybe you can't handle the pressure. Because that's the way you gauge it, Soph. If you're under pressure and you can perform under pressure, fantastic. Everyone comes around you. But if you can't perform under pressure, all of a sudden you're doing a big movie and all of a sudden your work goes to pot, Soph. You can't put two bits together. What are they going to do with you? They're not going to leave you in position. They're going to move you aside. So that's what I say about Granite. We've seen him be more consistent, especially after him and Thomas Partey were missing after the Africa Cup of Nations. But Granit Xhaka's got a history of it. He's done it already this season earlier on. So he's, you know, listen, I'm not surprised at anything that he said, the way he was, the arrogance or anything like that. Some might say confidence. I say arrogance.
Yeah. And I felt, what I said on the show last night, Kev, was I felt there's anger still there. There's this, he's been empowered by Arteta and the club. And, you know, sometimes when even in a family situation, you know, someone's wrong, but people are backing them because they're family, but, you know, they've done wrong clearly. The fact that he couldn't even say, you know what, when I threw my shirt down, I regretted it. I was wrong. I shouldn't have. He's never, ever said that. And you know, on the show after that, I backed him and I said, you know, I can see why he did it. And I backed him for a while. And I'm out here saying and talking openly about how always I've just wanted him to say, you booed me. I kind of get why you booed me. What I did was wrong. But also what happened afterwards, you and I have always been, and everyone who's sensible, in agreement that you do not go after someone's family, you do not go after someone's kids, you just do not do that. But the reason why he was booed was a culmination of various things. Taking
his time to come off the pitch, all that, he was really slow. Yeah. You know, he was taking the mickey. Really.
All of those things.
Fans were booing, say, get off, hurry up, you know, we're going for a game here.
And acting like, Georgie George is one of our most loyal replay listeners, Kev. We have to take a 10-second break here. He
Georgie,
comments
yes.
on every single show. He loves you to bits. He loves Archangel. The two of them have become YouTube mates. This is what I love about the Highbury squad and the friendships that have been spawned here. He's on his walk. He's in Melbourne, Australia, everybody. So...
Georgie Gorge, there you go.
He's a fellow Greek.
No, love it.
Brilliant stuff. So Kev, everyone wanted to hear your take on it, where you stood on it. And here's the scoop, what I said last night, and I want to get you on this and we'll move on, is the thing that everyone missed from this entire interview, and Tammy mentioned it earlier, Xhaka's not going anywhere. We've spent this entire season talking about who will partner Thomas Partey next season, and it's going to be Xhaka.
Well, you don't know that.
I don't. I'm assuming, and my mother always taught me never to assume. Yeah. However, from that...
In his head, he's staying. That's what you're saying. He's staying. But I expect our squad to look a lot different than it does now. That's for sure. Because if it doesn't, we're going to get the same results. We need to buy players. We need a stronger squad. We're seeing it come and bite us now a little bit. We'll find out how much tomorrow, but we do need a stronger squad. So
yeah,
we need competition across the board.
Yeah, totally. And I agree with you, the kid. I said this last night. He couldn't even admit that. He said, yes, maybe one of those red cards was, whatever. And then at the end when he goes, this isn't ballet, this isn't ballet. And it's like, oh, but you're acting like maybe a ballerina.
Prima donna more like, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. We'll leave it at that, Kev, and we'll assess. Here's what worried me a little bit too, Kev, is that I don't know if you saw Mikel's presser today, but it felt like he was standing by Xhaka playing left back maybe this weekend. And we're going to get into all of that and I'll get your assessment at the end. But I just wanted to bring that up so the squaddies don't let me forget this, because I was a little bit alarmed about that. So let's go into it, Kev. Here we go. Kev says you've got his take now on Sean Dyche. You've got his take on Xhaka. And now it's time for this.
Squad Ease, Sophie and the squaddies. Kev says time. Dicky Bowl Thursday. You're getting it now. Question number 1. At ease. Sorry. What's your back four or defence for the Southampton game? Question 1. What's your back four or defence for the Southampton game?
So brilliant segue. And this is the $64 million question. Kev, I don't even know where to start.
I'm laughing because I know I can see the steam building up in you. So
that press conference worried me so much when Arteta was trying to stand by stats of the team when Xhaka has played left back, and then the way he talked about Nuno and mistakes again. And I was thinking, wow, he's going to play Xhaka at left back. This is, and then we find out also, Kev, that Thomas Partey is gone for the rest of the season, probably.
Yeah.
Which is,
it was always going to be touch and go.
Yeah.
For Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
But to just have that inkling he might be back, and sometimes, Sophie, sometimes it's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
You're rushing back and then he does it worse, and he's so.
Yeah, totally. And Fluid, I wanted to put this up for Kev because last night when I was talking about Atletico and everyone belly aching about Simeone and his tactics, and I said, so basically Rio Ferdinand and all those dudes wouldn't want Vieira and Keane these days. They wouldn't fit their narrative of what football is 100%, in the sense that, you know what? Vieira and Keane never threw their shirts to the ground. They fought like lions on the pitch for their clubs. That is the difference.
Sophie, this is something I want to say.
Go on.
Really, I want to say this. You see the way Atletico Madrid were? That's what I want from Arsenal.
Yes, Kev. Tell them.
That is, listen, regardless who plays, and when I talk about fighting to the death, if they're going to beat you, which can happen, there's going to be blood on the pitch. You're going to have to fight and scrap, all of us. And if you win, hey, good luck to you. We're not seeing that at Arsenal. That's not what we're seeing. We were seeing that togetherness before the international, but now, whimper at Palace, whimper against Brighton. There's got to be fire. And do you know what, Sophie? I don't mind. Get stuck in, boys. That's what I want. I want the boys to get stuck in. No messing around. You've got, 8 games left? Go for it. What are you holding back for? Great opportunity there. If you go for it, Sophie, I don't think if we don't do it and we went for it, I don't think anybody would say anything. The game hasn't changed. What is wrong with people? The game's changed. The goals are still the same size. The pitches are still the same. There's 11 against 11, and there's a referee and 2 linesmen. The game hasn't changed. What are you talking about? The game is still about putting the ball in one end and defending the other. How you do it is up to you. That's why everybody's been calling out for what? So characters. We need characters. What do you reckon the characters are going to do? Just go down with a whimper, or do you reckon they're going to fight? That's why you need the characters. And it looked like we were having a few characters before the international break. Now in the last 2 games, where's our characters gone? So that's what I mean, Soph. That Atletico Madrid spirit, yeah, it was a bit horrible and it was a bit nasty. But you know what? We don't like getting beat at home, Soph.
No. And you know what? It's not anti-football. It's strategic football. It's their strategy. And the beauty of football is that you can have 2 coaches who play in completely different ways. That doesn't really happen as much in modern day football as it used to. George Graham, Kev will tell you, people kind of say, oh, boring Arsenal. We actually played some fantastic football under George Graham, right? People then started that narrative after the Champagne Wenger football hit. But Kev's been posting some highlights. I mentioned this on the show, Kev, last night about, some of those, that game that you, the left foot volley, the Merson game that you posted
Palace,
the other day against Palace, and Polymation. In that second half, but for clinical finishing, Atletico Madrid played some lovely football.
They outplayed Man City, big time. So how is it anti-football?
Yeah.
No chance.
No chance.
They've got to play, Soph. They've got to play their way to beat Man City. And if they have to rough them up a bit, Sophie, so be it.
So be it. Yeah.
Come on our pitch and just play your game. You lose.
Yeah, Cliff is saying, Kev, I agree, but there ain't one team in the Premier League that are that hard or have that. You know what? This whole narrative about that City was so innocent. Foden was tackled, but did you see his Oscar performance of rolling afterwards?
Oh, they know. Listen, they
come
know
on,
what to
Kev.
do.
They just play the dark arts a little darker,
That little smarter.
But
you know what? In a sense, Atletico fell for it because they were getting desperate. So
yes,
because they were getting desperate, it's rough up time.
Yeah,
it's rough
totally.
Up time.
All right, let's get back to Kev's original question about the back line. Igor says, Arteta's so bad about changing tactics and formations. Danny says, as much as most don't like Xhaka, we agree. We've said this.
100%.
100%. Alison says, Xhaka at left back spells no top 4. That is the end of the Arsenal spell. This is Terence's team: Ramsdale, Saka, White, Gabriel, Tavares, Lokonga, Xhaka, Odegaard, Pepe, Martinelli, and Emile Smith-Rowe. Igor's talking about a back five. Maybe better for Chelsea. Richie thinks Tavares should go out on loan. A Wonky thinks you should hit the like button. We completely agree. Matt says a back five of Tavares, Saka, Gabs, Holding, White, and Cedric. A lot of listeners mentioned this last time too, Kev, with regards to the 5 versus the 3. Man, we miss our wing. We miss Tierney and Tommy. Everyone, anyway. Do what he needed to do the last game. Put Nuno back in and no other changes. Abel thinks we're a... You know what? This is what I said on... I felt sad this week watching some of the games I did. From the City-Liverpool game to the European games, I felt a little bit sad. Andy says Cedric, Gabby, Holding, White. Why Saka at a winger and Emile Smith-Rowe playing? I mean, they've done pretty well, Ryan. I'm not sure what you're asking. Tavares, Gabriel, White, Cedric. Arrogance again from Arteta to say Xhaka was not a problem to play left back. 100%. GB says, forget what my back four is. Why are we pretending like Arteta won't be stubborn and play this exact same back four? His stats comments let us know what is coming. Lone Star says Holding, Benny, Gabriel, Cedric. Limpar says Cedric, White, Gabriel, Tavares. There's a lot of loving tonight. Always here, Trevor, always. Cedric, White, Gabriel, Tavares. Tammy and Craig are in agreement as well. Ryan wants a back 5. Saka, okay. Do you know what? For a minute, I read that as Iwobi because I'm going so fast.
Back, I think yeah, left wing back. Yeah.
Cedric, White, Gabriel, Tavares. Saka, Gabriel, White, Cedric from Richie. White and Xhaka in midfield, says Ayushman. I've actually put Benjamin out there for a midfield, but I would rather do what Kev said with him and play him at right back and Cedric at left back if we get completely desperate. But I would also do what False and some of you others have suggested and put Saka at left back, Gabriel, White, Cedric, and then bring Pepe into the mix. Tommy's not going to play. He's not going to play. Is he? He's not going to play. Kev.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Gooner Vettel says Saka, Gabriel, White, Cedric. GD, Nuno, Gabriel, Benjamin, Cedric. Gooner Russ, Saka, Gabby, White, Cedric. He's going to buy me that pint, Kev. I'm pretty sure of it. It's coming. It's coming.
He better.
Yeah, he better. I know. I laughed too. I saw the Iwobi thing. Arteta and Xhaka are both stubborn. That's why they like each other.
Yeah, you got to be stubborn to manage and play.
Henry says a 3-5-2 formation will be okay. Hugh says Gabriel, Holding and White as a back 3 and Tavares and Cedric as wing backs. Mike wants to sell. Hey, Mike, how are you? Our good friend Mike Hertz from the Gooners podcast. He would sell Tierney if an offer came in. It's not unpopular with a lot of fans, Mike. I think sensible Arsenal fans see that
sometimes, huh?
There's injuries, Kev.
Yeah, he does pick up. Although, do you know what? He's had a decent season, injury free, but when we need it most, injury to curtail his season. It's tough to take, but he does pick up these injuries.
And that's a problem, and they happen, and he's out for. Now he's out for the rest of the season at the time when we need him the most. Previous season, he's out, missing pivotal games. We've gotten lucky with Tommy being out because Cedric's come in and done a good job. But at that left-back position, it is proving to be a bit of an Achilles heel right now. Danny says Tavares, Gabriel, White, and Cedric. A Wonky says 3 at the back. It's nighttime. White, Gabriel, and Holding. Matty K's dreaming of Brighton beating Tottenham tomorrow. If they do that,
let me tell you something. That can happen. So in a game of football like now, 1 minute you're riding high, and there's always a banana skin waiting for you. But the key is we got to take care of our business, because you know what would be even more sick If they slipped up and we didn't do the business, then we got a problem.
And we haven't in the last couple of games.
Exactly.
Brandon from South Africa, hola. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us. I feel Stan told them to get 5th or 6th. I don't think Stan told them to do that, Brandon. Not at all.
High as possible.
Richie wants a left back. Virginia wants a back 3. Let's get into the second one, Kevin. I'll keep putting the comments up. They're coming in thick and fast.
Comment.
It's Easter Friday, and there's almost 300 of you in live chat.
Tammy, how many likes we got?
Tell them what you want, Kev. Yep.
Listen,
And
I want. Do you know what? I want 200. I want 2/3. All this half business. I want 2/3. I want a tour. Come on. I want a tour.
all right. Kev wants a tour, and that brings us to question number 2. Here we go.
Question number 2. Who starts for you as our number 9? Who starts for you as our number 9?
The $64 million question number 2.
Number 2, my dear. I'm telling you.
So, Kev, apparently Lacazette hadn't been training because of personal reasons. And now there's reports saying that he's injured. Kind of mixed messages happening here. Let's get everyone right in on this from the get-go. Good Friday to you, Universal Greek. We do celebrate next weekend. Greek Easter is next weekend, everybody. Orthodox Easter. Newman says he hopes this question is better. He just does. It's such a tosser. I had to say.
You got to expect that from him, though. So listen,
wouldn't
we
be-
do know.
it
We do
wouldn't
know.
be-
It wouldn't be the hybrid
No.
squad without
it
Newman
wouldn't.
being in there.
It wouldn't. And Taib, we're packed tonight with Kev Says. So we're going to do your little exercise next week. I promise you. I haven't forgotten about it. Okay. False manager, Martinelli. Stocktastic, Pepe. Craig, Martinelli. Alcarp, Pepe. Yes. Apparently he's been training, Kev.
With the first team.
With the first team. Gooner us. I mean, I don't know if that's desperate of us or if he's really talented, and why not throw him into the mix when you have
talented because at the Arsenal.
I mean, and everyone raves about him, Kev. There's no doubt that he's a huge talent. Is Bireth, and I'm probably pronouncing his name incorrectly, and I do all the time, but I think you guys will survive it. But you know, he's imposing. There's no doubt about that. He's very strong. He's got great physique. Seems like a clinical finisher.
Scores goals.
Albeit in Prem 2, but you know.
Listen, that's the only sample size we could take because he's never had a chance.
Can I ask you this, Kev? In hindsight,
You could ask me anything. Of course.
in hindsight, would you have called Balogun back?
No. I think for the long-term future of Balogun, he has to finish the season. He's got the sample size. What he's getting at Middlesbrough is vital for his development. Because you call him back, he's not fully done. He's He's still learning. The reason why we call him back is because we're desperate, Soph. So what we're going to be doing, we're chucking him in, expecting him right. You better start doing it. It's not fair on the kid. I'm telling you, it's not fair.
So what's the difference then between calling up this young fella versus...
Because this young fella's at the club.
Right.
It would always only be, chuck him in and see. Or put him on the bench and then bring him on, because you never know. We've seen that out of Balogun. Do you understand what I mean? Balogun's been in his position and he's come on and done it. But once all that pressure goes on, it's very, very difficult to carry Arsenal, especially as a striker who hasn't got any experience.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Yeah.
Tough one.
And Universal Greek, we have a lot of talented young players. And yeah, Champar, the word on him is fantastic. And if you've seen the highlights, and of course, Kev always says until they play a first team game and they play against, you know, starting centre backs in the Premier League, it's
they don't know.
It's
you don't. Trust me, everybody. You have no idea the jump from Premier League 2 to first team is woo. The levels just go crazy.
Okay, let me bust in.
Some can do it. Look at Saka. Look at Smith Rowe. Look at Martinelli. They've been as consistent as really you can get. Because you don't see 3 youngsters like these playing at any other club, really, do you?
No, and also you always say to us as well that the reason why you wouldn't have thrown Martin, and you'll tell us what you think at the end, of course, but you're always concerned about Pepe's physicality, Martinelli's physicality, how they can handle those centre backs, and we'll get your take on that in a minute.
Especially what centre back knows you're not a striker. Listen, let me tell you this. That's the trenches. That is the trenches. And the centre half's going to go, listen, I'm going to pay him. Because when you've got a line, the line is your friend. When you go inside, you got no... So balls are coming at you and you don't know where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So I just fear for Martinelli. I don't mind playing a 2 up top, with Martinelli as a 2, because he has somebody who can take that brunt. But Martinelli coming to feet and balls going high. The big centre-half's just go, I'll tell you what, I'll slow him down. Oof.
And even though Laka's out of form, it would make sense that if we were going to do the 4-4-2, that Laka would be the hold-up. Yeah.
He could stand a shoulder.
Okay, lots of love for Martinelli. Gooner Vettel says Laka if fit. If not, then Eddie. Stocktastic says Pepe. Another vote for Birith. Jimmy says Martinelli or Pepe. Priska, Pepe. Another one for Pepe from Abel. Gabriel Martinelli from Ronnie. Make it 300 likes, Casey. It's Easter time.
1 for 1.
Nanya Lodu says Gabby for him. GD, Martinelli to start up front. Same for Ryan. Same for Champar. Hugh says Gabriel holding White as the back 3 and Tavage and Cedric as wing back. Mr. Waffles, Pepe or Martinelli? We need a change. Another one for Martinelli. Another one for Pepe. Let's get stubborn and hit the like button. We like that, Pap. Martinelli for Stephen. We don't need to sell Tierney. We just need another number 1 level left back. Well,
do you know what? If you remember rightly, when Nuno was having his good spell earlier on in the season, many people were saying, well, we should sell Tierney.
Yeah.
But you see, because these guys are so young, having to deal with all this pressure of playing and then not playing and then coming back where it's desperate time for us, where he's got to hit the ground running, he's just not up to it at this moment in time. He will play again, but at this moment in time, the manager, he knows what is at stake.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much.
Okay. Alison also is saying Martinelli. Same for Tammy. Same for 33 fivers. Lynn agrees with you. 2 up front should go with Pepe and Martinelli. Arteta probably fallen out with Laka. We don't know that. Kev scrubs up well. He seriously does. Give Eddie a pop. What do we have to lose, says Matty K. Pepe is unexpected, but I think it could work. I would give him a shot. Laka playing like he's got lead boots, says Gooner Russ. Keep Tierney and accept he won't play every game. Fair enough. Pepe gets another vote. The options are overwhelming. Martinelli, another one for Martinelli. My grandmother, says Trevor, bringing in the gags this Easter Friday. Pepe, he can't defend, but he's our most clinical finisher, a no-brainer if you keep him close to goal. Another one for Pepe.
She said striker, and he's not a striker.
He's not by tradition.
Russell, let's get it right. He's not a striker.
Yep. You are late, Archangel, but you do not get a yellow card because you're our bodyguard online. Johan, I guess an injury would technically count as a personal reason. He's laughing. Okay, he's being cheeky. I like it. Is that Arroyo, Martinelli, or Pepe? So, Kev, you see the trend here. Is Pepe or Martinelli?
Overwhelming, and then Pepe second,
And Ketia getting a little bit of sugar, but not as much as the other options.
Ooh.
I thought I'd take that off screen. I couldn't help it, Kev. Okay, here we go. Let's bang this last one out. Are you guys ready? 360 of you in live chat. If you love the fact that Super Kevin Campbell is back and it's Kev Says and he's answering your questions on this Easter Friday for those who are celebrating, then please caress, kiss, or hug the like button.
Tammy, how much we got? We want 240 now because there's 360. There you go.
All right, here we go. Enjoy the dicky bow.
Question number 3 and a bonus. Have we punched above our weight so far this season? Have we? So, I'm going to recap. What's your back four or defence for the Southampton game? That was question 1. Question 2. Who starts at number 9 for you in the Southampton game? And number 3, have we punched above our weight this season? So, that's your 3 questions. I'm sure somebody's going to get BRUK up. Newman always gets BRUK up, but somebody else might just have to get BRUK up. Let's see what you do. Listen, let's go at it, hammer and tongue. We need to iron this stuff out before the game on Saturday. Squaddies, take good care, look after yourself. Sophie loves you, I love you. Love yourselves and tell your families you love them. You know what day it is. I'm off out, I've got meetings. Look after yourself, squaddies. At ease, I said. At ease.
My favourite bit was, I gotta go, I've got meetings.
Because I do it and I don't watch it back, you see, so I just do it and I send it to you because it surprises me sometimes. Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God. It just always cracks me up in the morning. I have to make sure I put my headphones on when I get my little message from you. Because I'm
wake the whole house up.
Vinny
Vespa, Tony will be getting up every 4 hours.
Oh, it's so classic. All right, let's get to your responses. Hit those likes. Well done, CLO. He is a total legend. Terence says 155 needed. Less than 150. All right.
This is poor, squaddies. Come on.
Yes. Newman gets more abuse than Xhaka. Oh, that might be my favourite post. He does. He loves it. Of course he loves it. All right, let's get... let's see. Oh, Ethelstone's back. I've no idea why Arsenal aren't doing better with classy players in the squad. I swear, I'm like...
He's winding us up, Benny. He's having a go at it, isn't he?
Arsenio says, bring in my dog. He's got techers, plus he can finish and head the ball too. Archangel thinks Arteta has killed us. Lacazette's not a striker. Let's get to... Mark's in the house. The definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We must change Lacquer. I completely agree with this.
But what
James.
Before that? We were doing the same thing before and we were right.
Mars Gunner says, Sophie has shut her oven doors. We aren't seeing her humble pie this season. Hey, we do not know.
Hold on. Is that Gooner's giving up? Is that Arsenal fans giving up?
Wow, Kev doing the spin on you here, Mars Gunner.
What's going on here? What is going on? No. If we don't get it, fine, but not now. This is when they need us most. Gooners, this is when the team need us most. Big time, they need us now. Don't be getting negative. Oh, it's gone. No, because what? All of a sudden we find ourselves in a bit of difficult situation.
There's another one, Kev. Southampton will slap us. You heard it here first.
Hey, if they do, they do. But you know what? I've said it many times, Sophie. Our team is now, it's time to roll them sleeves up. It's time to fight. That position there, it's about a fight. How much do you want it, Gooners? How much are you willing to fight and scrap for it? Draw blood for it? Because us getting that top 4 spot makes a massive difference to this football club. And everybody needs to buy in. Not only the players and staff, us fans as well. And if it goes pear-shaped, it goes pear-shaped. But we can't just accept it. No chance. That's not me. I can't do it.
Hey, we'll be doing a show next week on this. Good luck to our Arsenal women playing in the semi-final of the FA Cup against Chelsea. Come on, the girls. Revenge for last season. Let's do this and let's stop
Smash them up
from winning back-to-back. Okay. Yeah, we do, Mark. In response to you, we have fans now predicting 6th to 8th. Well, pre-season, yes. And I think people are reverting back to that, Kev, a little bit out of fear. Fear.
Hey, listen. At the end of the day, Sophie, we done the same thing at the start of the season. Where do you reckon we finished? I said
6th, I think.
You said 6th. I said 5th. So we're in the same ballpark. But we got, what is it, 7 games to go? And 4th spot is still there, Soph.
It's not over yet. And it's not.
There's 21 points on the table.
Albeit against, a lot of tough teams. And
Sophie, there's 21 points on the table, right?
Yeah.
How many of them we get will determine possibly where we are. So.
Okay, here's some answers to the last question about if we're punching. I think we have an awful squad, so yes, says Gooner Russ. Ryan says no, we've always been a top 4 side, not 8th. Question for KC, if we have to beat Everton, we'll get to that. There'll be plenty of time for that. Let's stick to the topics for the day, Mask Gunner, but Kev will definitely answer that question the closer we get to it. Yes, says Mr. Waffles. Alcarp answering the first. A little bit yes. 95% of the fans said 5th or 6th. Arsenio says we've been flat like a hot air balloon that run out of gas. GD says most definitely with the youngest team in the league and thrown together at the beginning of the season. False manager answering the earlier question here. Too Extreme says, I thought we'd get top 4. We have less matches, but I didn't see us losing the last 2 games. Virginia thinks we have overachieved. Jimmy Mack says, no, we haven't. We did lose 10 games, so no. 10 games is a lot. We'll carry on here. No, Arsenal didn't punch enough. Archangel says we couldn't punch our way out of a wet paper bag. Stocktastic. No, we haven't, but we haven't taken advantage of other clubs swapping managers. We've missed some golden moments, that's for sure. I do think we have. However, I wouldn't think we had failed if we didn't get top 4, says Lynn. No, still lost to previous top 4, says Mo. Punch above our weight. Kevin, your standard for Arsenal is shocking. We aren't Everton, mate. Ooh. King Arthur.
I'll explain at the end.
All
I don't
right.
need to
You have to wait for your
now.
answer.
Yeah,
Priska says definitely we've punched above our weight this season. No one ever gave us a chance. The Arsenal misfit, we haven't punched above our weight, but other teams have below their weight. Very interesting comment. Yes, we've flattered to deceive, says Matt. Super Kev's got some next to Brock, says Tom.
You know that, Tom.
Bonker says, yes, you have no other teams doing great this season. Cedric White, Gabs, Tavage. Okay, Danny, we've punched a bit at the start of the season. We were hoping for European football and it's widely accepted top 6 would be the goal. We got ourselves into a great position. By the way, if you thought we'd finish top 6, doesn't mean you think it's acceptable. It's just what you think we would have done. You know, now it's going to be a disappointment if we don't qualify for Europe. Kev, I will keep them coming. How about we get stuck into your answers for this week's Kev Says 3 questions?
Yeah, number 1 was what's your back 4 or defense for the Southampton game? And I think I mentioned my back 4 to people before regarding Ben White playing right back, Rob Holding, Gabriel, and Cedric. But when you look at, we've seemed to lost a bit of energy. We seem to have lost a bit of energy. And I want us to get close. I want us to get right up against Southampton. Because you know what? Southampton at home, they usually give us problems. They usually give us problems. So what I want to do, Xhaka definitely is nowhere near left back. He has to be in the middle of the pitch with Lokonga. We need a solid base to go from, and I'm going to go with that same. I'm not gonna change it. I'm going to go with that same back 4, but with Ben White at right back, Cedric at left, Rob Holding, and Gabriel at centre half. So that would be my back 4. I know many people are talking about changing the system and 3 at the back and all that, which is all great. But you know the most important thing, Sophie, is our energy. We need energy. We had no energy against Brighton. Mm-hmm. It was ponderous, it was slow, and we didn't get about them. So it doesn't matter what team you pick and who plays where. If your team are lethargic, you're done in the Premier League. You're done.
And you can't be lethargic this time of the season, Kev.
You can't. You this is where, you have to be energetic. This is where the hunger kicks in, Soph. If you want to eat more than the opposition, you've got to show it. You have to show it. So that's my thoughts on that one. Number 2, who starts as a number 9? In my opinion. And this is going to surprise everybody. People are talking about Martinelli's going to start as a number 9 and Pepe's going to start. For me, Eddie Nketiah's got to start. He has to. He is the only recognized number 9 out of all of them. And yeah, he hasn't got a lot of experience playing there. But you know what? He will run about. He will chase. He will give us a platform. That's if Laka isn't fit, which we think he's not going to be fit for tomorrow. I would put Eddie up there, or play Eddie and Martinelli at the top. Play 2 up top. Because if we're going to get Martinelli in that central part, he needs somebody else to be able to take them hits. But if it's a straight 1 number 9, I don't want Martinelli with his back to goal. No, I don't. We're going to be so disjointed. I'd rather Eddie play there.
So you're starting Martinelli over Emile Smith-Rowe, Kev?
I'll start Martinelli on the left. I would.
And
Martinelli on the left,
Emile
Saka
Smith-Rowe
on
on the bench.
Emile Smith-Rowe on the bench. Mm-hmm. That's what I would do. I'd play Eddie through the middle.
So you have Xhaka and Lokonga together in the midfield.
Xhaka, Lokonga sitting, Ødegaard. Or if Ødegaard don't play, he scored the other. If he don't play, then obviously Smith-Rowe could come in. But it would be like for like.
Can I ask you, should Arteta play Xhaka at left back, which kind of smelled like that was going to happen from his presser? Are you starting El Neni in the centre with Lokonga?
Well, I think that's the only move he's got.
We have to. I mean, sensibly, yes, but
in a sense, we're away from home. If Xhaka's gonna play left back, El Neni's got to play beside Lokonga. The key is we got to be solid, Soph. We've got to be solid. We don't have Partey in there who can knit things together. So what we got to do is be solid. We got to be hard to break down and tough to beat. And we need those boys up front to nick us a goal. Take a 1-0 to the Arsenal, Soph, I tell you that much.
All day long.
All day, take a 1-0 to the Arsenal. So it might surprise a few people, but I don't want Martinelli with his back to goal too much. I want him to be able to run onto balls.
That's his strength. I agree,
That's
Kev.
his strength, you know. And I think eventually he will, Soph, he will go back, end up as a number 9. But he's so young. He's so young. You know, we want him playing. We need to protect him as well.
Mm-hmm.
Going inside with more traffic in there. Got to protect him.
Do you, with the formation that we're talking about, Kev, let's just say it's horrible. Xhaka starts at left back and we're losing the midfield battle. I know what you would do, but do you think Arteta would switch it and maybe say, screw it, I'm going to put Saka at left back. I'll put Xhaka in the middle for the second half.
Maybe he won't put Saka at left back. Maybe he might bring Holding on.
And play that. And
you know, so
yeah.
There's different permutations to what could happen.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it again, Soph. Whoever he picks, we have to have energy in this team. Because Arsenal without energy was like the first half of last season, where we were awful. Mm-hmm. If we've got no energy, we ain't winning nothing. We're going nowhere. We're a young side. We have to play with energy. We have to play with desire, and we have to play with fight. Once we get that, Sophie, I'm all right. I think we'll be all right.
Scary times. I'm not going to lie. Scary, scary times. I don't know where the chemistry energy's gone. It's okay, 1 game, 2 games. There's a disconnect. And I'm not going to panic over it until we see what happens in this Southampton game, Kev. Okay.
Number 3, have we punched above our weight? This goes out to King Arthur, who reckons my standards are dropped. It's nothing to do with standards. It's what you got to do is look at the truth. We're the youngest side in the league. We have got talent. But nobody at the start of the season, bar maybe a few, would even consider us challenging with 7 or 8 games to go for the top 4. Nobody. After 3 games, people were telling me, Gooner Ross, you could comment on there. We were talking about him being in a relegation battle this season. So don't tell me about standards at Arsenal Football Club, King Arthur. You have no idea about what the standards need to be. I do. So, have we punched above our weight? I think we have a little bit, so. Mm-hmm. We have punched a little bit above our weight. But now when it really matters, this is when it really matters. This is where the experience counts. And you see in teams with experience, push on. And we're stumbling a little bit. Because I could only talk up to this point. But we still have a chance. It's not over yet. We still have a chance. That doesn't mean I don't want Arsenal to win the league. But if you're gonna challenge for the league, you need a squad to be able to challenge for the league. We don't have a squad to challenge for much. We're just about holding on in there for this top 4 challenge. We need to show desire. Everybody in the Premier League's talented, Soph. But you know what? We need desire. We need desire. Yeah, I did predict 5th. And what's the problem? Are we out of the top 4 race? Not as far as I'm concerned, we're not. Maybe you might think we're out the top 4 race, but no way. No way are we out the top 4 race. But the players need to show the desire and the energy. It doesn't matter who gets picked, because if decisions are made previous and we win, nobody bats an eyelid. But like I said, our levels dipped at the wrong time, and we need to get back to it. So 2 games is enough. We need to get back to it. And you know what? Southampton are going to play us tough tomorrow. I could tell you that for nothing. They're going to play us tough.
And they were embarrassed in their last game, weren't they?
So you could imagine. Their manager's been at them all week. You could imagine. Got Arsenal have lost energy. They're soft.
Yeah.
Let's get stuck. Trust me on this one. What do you reckon Southampton are going to try and do to us tomorrow? Do you reckon they're going to try and play us soft and nice? You watch them. They're going to be at us, at our throat. They're going to be at our necks. And we need to be prepared for it. No matter who plays, we need to be prepared. So we have played a little bit, punched a little bit above our weight, considering the squad we have and the experience we have. But do I want top 4? You're damn right I do. You're damn right I do. Will we get it? That remains to be seen, but we've got to show the fight that we want it. We have to.
Arteta needs to show some courage too with his team selection. No matter if he continues to, if he does what he did in the last game and shoehorns Xhaka in at left back, I mean, that's just stubbornness of the highest order.
But Sophie, if he shoehorns him in and we win, what happens then? He's picking a team. The team have to play. That's it. You know, listen, Arsenal going to Southampton, I expect us to perform tomorrow, Sophie. I expect us to perform tomorrow. Because the last 2 games has been nowhere near. Nowhere near. Who's talking about overachieved? Who said overachieve?
He was asking if we have. He's asking you guys if we have.
But nobody's talking about anything about overachieved. I said, have we punched above our weight this season? That's different.
We haven't achieved anything yet.
We've achieved nothing yet. Achievements, let's wait until the end.
I just would rather, Kev, not start the game with Xhaka at left back and leaving Lokonga, you know.
Sophie, what would you do for the back?
For the back?
Yeah.
Just because Saka has had a little bit of a dodgy last 2 games, I would unleash Pepe against Southampton because I don't trust Xhaka at left back, and with Livramentus against Xhaka, that concerns me. So I would put Saka. I would play Gabriel White, Cedric. Wouldn't move Cedric out of his position. He's been doing pretty decent there covering for Tommy during the injury. I'd play Lokonga and El Neni in midfield. And
Xhaka then?
Oh, sorry. I'd play Xhaka, and El Neni in midfield. Or Lokonga, either one. I'm not worried about it. And then I would play Martinelli on the left, Odegaard, Pepe. And I would throw in the young Danish kid up front. Put it in the F-it bucket. What have we got to lose? I wouldn't start Ed. Eddie's had so many chances. I like the element of unpredictability against a team like Southampton who struggle in defence. They're a goal-leaking machine. So why not throw in the element of the unknown against them tomorrow in that one position? Worst case scenario, Kev, he comes off, you can switch gears. You know, someone else, whether Eddie comes on or Martinelli shifts into that position and Emile Smith-Rowe comes on the left, or he goes with the 4-4-2. It's adaptable. But because we've struggled so much up front at this point in the season where maybe we need an X factor and a point of difference, why not do that? And Saka still can offer a lot going forward from that position. Absolutely, he can.
I think we'll have our hands full tomorrow. So trust me.
That's why I'm saying on that side, if you play Laka at left back, I think that's danger. I think that's asking for trouble with that particular player in that position for Southampton.
Xhaka. Well, look, again, whoever the manager picks, it's his decision at the end of the day, right? He seems as though, as you said in his press conference, that he's kind of leaning towards Xhaka playing. Listen,
he was defending it a bit too much, wasn't he, Kev?
Whoever he plays, Soph, we need more energy. We need more energy in this team. We need more fight in this team. The last 2 games have been horrible.
Yeah.
So again, you know, we come down to this. And by the way, Sophie, I'm going for 1-0 to the Arsenal tomorrow.
You are?
Yeah, I'm going 1-0 to the Arsenal.
All right. Kev throwing in his prediction at the end there too. Brilliant stuff. 400 in live chat now, Kev. Please tell them what we want and then I'll give you my prediction.
I want a freer. I don't care. I want 300. How many we got?
We've... Tammy, let us know. Tammy, let us know what we've got. 2-2. We've got 2-1. Predicting a win. Of course, Kev's going to predict a win. 1-1. 7-0. To us or them? We got 181 likes. We got 400 in chat, Kev. Tell them what you want before we go. Listen, which means bonus time.
I want no bonus. In fact, Sophie, because they never done, we should just finish it. We should get out. Because you know what? We give them all this fantastic chat and there's only that. There ain't even half. It's terrible. So why should we give them more? We should just... I'm done with it. So, want me hat and T-shirt, specifically, welcome back, Kevin, all that, and there's not even 200. Jeez.
Crack me up.
God.
I'm just going to put this pic up for fun.
It's Good Friday as well. Giving up our Good Fridays to do this. And then even getting the Emery Fulton.
Look at that.
Getting the old school jersey out. Look, and the rug, the syrup. And you're only giving us 191. Mr. Waffles fan. This is Soph, I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm out. I'm done with it, Soph. It's not good enough. Squaddies, it's not good enough. Sorry.
So amazing. Listen, guys, I have to go now because Kev's like, he's out. He's not happy with you guys.
It's not good enough. So
see what Gooner Russ is warning them. He knows. He's been there.
He knows. No, it's not good enough.
Okay. Would you like my prediction before we hang up on everyone?
Please. Yep.
Okay. God. Vesper's crying.
Yeah, Vesper's crying because she's seen the likes. What likes?
We're at 204. We got 400 in live chat.
We're 96 short.
96. We're 96 short.
We're 96 short.
Okay, people, come on. Don't upset Kev.
No,
okay.
I'm not upset. I'm disappointed.
Oh, God, that's the worst thing.
I'm disappointed in the squaddies. All of a sudden, had a time off, come back for Kev Says on a Good Friday. So, anyway, give me a prediction. Let's get out of here.
It's cracking me up. Okay, so I think... I'm sorry, guys, but I think we're going to draw. I'm really... I have to speak my truth. It's going to be...
1-1 or 2-2. 1-1 or...
It's a 2-2 for me, Kev. I felt it all week, and I'm not going to...
Going for a Desmond.
Going for a Desmond. Yeah. No, I can't do it, Michael.
Yeah. Well, listen, we ain't playing
And here's
well.
why.
Here's
why. Because I actually think that if I'm going by Arteta's presser, he's going to play Xhaka at left back. And if Lacazette is ready to go, he will play Lacazette as well. He will not drop Lacazette. And for those reasons, I can't trust what the result will be. And if we win, fantastic. I just think in my bones, I feel like a draw. But of course, I would love a win. So, yeah. That's it, Kev.
Anyway.
That's it.
I'm out. I'm disappointed. I'm out. Come on. Get me out of here.
Okay. All right. Well, look, we'll be back. Well, now you've upset Kev. Are you coming back for the post-game show tomorrow, Kev?
No. Not going to be at the post-game show tomorrow.
Wow. You guys have pissed Kevin off. What? No. Now I'm left here like all on my Todd. What's going on, guys? Come on. Yeah,
not on the post-game show.
Tammy, what's the number? It's not the final number. It doesn't have to be the final number. So now Kev is not coming on the post-game show. That's it.
No.
Are you going to take us out or are you not even going to do that tonight?
Squaddies, listen. Sophie loves you. I love you. But you disappointed us tonight. All the very best. Happy Easter to you all. And happy Easter to you and your families. I'm out of here. At ease, Squaddies. At ease.
Don't forget about our live event next Thursday. If you want to attend, email the HIGHBURYSQUAD@gmail.com, the HIGHBURYSQUAD@gmail.com. If you turn up, Kev will BRUK your neck. That is as simple as that. Oh, my goodness gracious gosh, you guys. What have you done tonight? Bad children. Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.